and welcome to the Tita Baby Show! This is your titang carino-brutal, your Tita Baby! Not his, not hers, not theirs, but...
Your Tita Baby!
Palakpakan nyo yung sarili! Here in the Tita Baby Show, you know, we exercise our minds and our hearts through meaningful conversations. Pero bago tayo mag-exercise, magpainit muna tayo at mag-stretching. Tita style. Audience, ready na ba kayo? Okay, madali lang naman to. I-spellengin nyo lang naman ang pangalan ko. Okay, so pag tayo nag-stretch T, letter T. Ganyan. Sige, i-stretch mo pa. Kunyari, may katabi ka sa jeep, tapos hindi mo gusto katabi. Ganyan, tutulak mo gano'n. Letter T. Okay, I. Diretso lang, I. May I bang gano'n? Balik-balik ko. Diretso lang, I. Tapos, ano susunod na letter?
T.
T. Paano ang T? Okay, ang A. Gano'n. Okay. Oh, tapos, B-A. B-Y. Gano'n lang. Shake ha, isi-shake nyo. B-A, B-Y. Ha? Ha? Okay ba? O, diba? Alright, gawin natin ha. Kakantahin natin ito sabay-sabay. 5, 6, 7, 8. P-I-T-A-B-A-B-Y. Bilis! Bilisan natin! Bilisan natin! Dok! Dok! Bilisan natin! Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. T-I-T-A-B-A-B-Y. Isa pa! Tuloy dalawang beses, tuloy-tuloy ha. Okay, pag ako bumagsak dito, tumawag na kayo. Sabihin nyo, mahal ko yung pamilya ko. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. T-I-T-A-B-A-B-Y. T-I-T-A-B-A-B-Y. Ah! Okay! Diyos ko! Hapong-hapo na ako. Ha? Malinti kayo. Sige na, magsibali ka na kayo doon. Thank you so much. Ay. Ngayong mainit na ang ating mga katawan, mapunta naman tayo sa mainit na tsikahan. Ako nakaka-experience ako ng body image issues. Kayo ba, nakaka-experience ka ng ganyan? Tanungin natin ang ating mga live audience. Yes. Oh, I agree. Kasi kitang-kita naman mukha may mga issue kayo. Iba-iba ang mga body image issues. Meron yung height, di ba? Or the lack thereof. Or minsan buhok. At di ba meron din yung weight and size. At saka skin color. Ang ating mga guests tonight, sus Mariosep, alam na alam yan. We have today a self-love advocate at isa sa mga host ng mainit at paborito kong podcast, Stacey Gutierrez. And of course, isa sa mga well-loved content creators and an advocate for diversity and representation in the beauty industry, Belle Rodolfo! Magandang araw sa inyong lahat and thank you so much for being here. Oh, kamusta naman ang sala ko? Okay naman, di ba? Oh. Hoy, Stacey, parang tumataba ka ata. Nagkakakain ka na naman ba? Belle, ikaw naman, parang nagbibibilad ka na naman. In fairness, ganda naman eh, di ba? So, alam nyo, medyo triggering yung tanong ko, no? Dahil actually ako rin natatanong yan habang lumalaki ako eh. No? How often do you hear these comments from your mga tita or mga relatives during reunions? How often do you hear this growing up?
It's so common na it's a form of batian at this point. You know, parang when you haven't seen each other in a long time and ngayon ka lang nakita ulit. And objectively speaking, you did gain weight. So babatiin talaga nila eh. May mga ganun talaga. Yeah.
Natatakot ka ba pumunta ng mga reunion ngayon at makita ang mga kamag-anak mo?
Not gonna lie, sometimes it gives me social anxiety knowing na, di ba, parang they're gonna notice the weight gain, they're gonna talk about it, they're gonna ask.
Tama.
But after a while, I've just come to learn how to own it. Kasi totoo naman, I did gain weight. Siguro it just becomes annoying when it's so condescending or they won't let it go. Yung parang, tama na, this is
Tama.
getting old, this conversation,
Oo.
diba?
Ikaw naman, Belle, how do you feel pag ginaganyan ka ng mga, ginaganyan talaga,
Ginaganyan.
ng mga tsahin mo o ng mga kamag-anak mo?
Actually, mas nakukuha ko siya from people and family na hindi ko ganun ka-close than my actual family. Kasi kami ng family ko na immediate and my friends, parang medyo hindi na kami ganun eh.
Right.
Yun, may one time na may malayo kaming family member na nag-comment ng ganun. I was honestly caught off guard. Kasi hindi ko na alam yung ika-clap back ko, kumbaga.
Anong sinabi?
Parang, it was actually about weight. I told you
Weight,
about this earlier, na parang lumaki ka, pero bagay sa'yo. Paano mo alam kung anong bagay sa akin? Pero, this
Stylist ba siya?
Oo, correct. Fitness trainer ba siya? But, I didn't get to say anything na lang kasi hindi kami close. I guess kung mas close mo, pwede mo bang barda-bardahin.
When was the time na na-realize mo na parang, ay wait, I don't fit in pala. My skin color pala doesn't fit in the social scheme of things dito sa Pilipinas. When did you realize this?
I think it was a time when, number one, teenagehood. Second, I was in all-girls school.
Right.
And girls can be so mean.
Oh.
And another is, it was a time na wala ding representation. Like siguro, Bianca Gonzalez, Angel Aquino. But parang unti lang talaga. So, I grew up na morena din yung mom ko. And she would never tell me na magpaputi ako or iwasan ko yung araw. So, ang important for her is your skin health and healthy kang tao. Tapos, yun, pag high school na, parang I would get comments like, ay, hindi ka kita sa picture, or like, ulikba is the word that they would use. And it would always be the butt of jokes na, ay, ang itim, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Bakit kayo may problem with something I don't have a problem with?
Right.
So yeah, doon ko na-realize na parang, bakit may something wrong?
Oo, pero at that point, parang hindi mo pa rin nag-get.
Oo, kasi to me, it was never an issue. Yeah.
Ikaw ba, Stacey, growing up, are you already plus-sized growing up?
Not really. Parang the weight gain started high school. Yeah.
So, all girls ka din
Yes.
before?
Yeah.
So, nagkaroon ba ng shift when you were like not so plus-sized and then nag-shift ka na to plus-sized? Do you see a shift from like how they treat you?
For me, sadly, it came from my immediate family kasi. So sila yung always first to, lumalaki ka na, mag-diet ka na. And this was happening at 8 years old, you know, like the adults pressuring you to like lessen your food intake and stuff like that. But also kasi they were also, now that I'm an adult, I feel like they were projecting their own insecurities because they were also big, the adults in my family.
Oh, okay.
So it's really a genetic thing for me. So, yun, that made me feel na, something must be wrong, ganon, until I solve this problem.
How did that make you feel?
I'm never enough. Parang until you lose the weight, you're not worthy, you're never enough. Parang yun it's really like your problem to fix.
Oo nga, no? Parang
Yeah.
it's a problem to fix. Parang sirang kotse.
Yeah.
Pag mainit na yung aircon, kailangan, ay, ang init ng aircon, pagawa na natin. Pero in fact, wala naman talagang wrong with it eh.
Right.
There are words that are very obvious, that are used on you, on us, no?
Right.
Pero yung mga microaggressions na backhanded compliments, mga
Backhanded,
ganyan. Have you
yeah.
ever experienced something like this?
Oh, things like, ay, ang ganda-ganda naman ng kulay mo. Ganyan talaga yung kulay mo. What do you mean? I was born this way.
Oo.
Or like, paano ba maging ganyan?
How about you? What are the words that they use
Yung
specifically?
sa akin is when boys would say,
Boys,
liligawan kita pag pumayat ka.
No.
Yung parang, pero sasagutin ba kita?
True. In the first
Ba
place.
yun?
Gusto ko yan. So, they say it to you. Like,
Yeah. Like, sayang ganda mo. Yan,
Gets,
ganyan.
gets.
Oo.
but now, no, that you have your own platforms. You have your podcast,
Right.
and then you also do social media content creation, on beauty.
Yes.
Have you reclaimed the power of these words, and how do you feel about these words now that you like parang nagkaroon na kayo ng awakening?
Yeah. For me, I think it's reclaiming that the word fat is not inherently an insult. You know, because sometimes, objectively speaking, it's just a descriptive word, right? Like, you are fat. Like, you are. If you are, di ba? So, parang, it's also that balance of knowing how to regulate yourself and, like, not being so offended right away. Because, minsan din kasi meron kang long-lost friend na nagulat lang talaga siya na, hala, ano nangyari? They're really curious, like, what happened?
Correct. Kasi imagine mo yung mga long-lost friend ko, no, nakita ko ganito na ako ngayon. Imagine mo, ay, hindi pala buhok mo. Di ba? Oo,
It's really
tama.
coming from a place of curiosity. So I think it's just learning to read that situation. Because sometimes naman talaga merong iba na tactless din talaga.
Yeah, yeah.
Like upfront in your face.
True.
You know, mocking you na to your face. So I think just learning how to get a read of that.
Parang, it always starts from yourself, no? I mean, how you respond
Right.
to external influences or external forces. So pag kunyari, may sinabi, ay, tumataba ka naman. Eh, kung totoo naman.
Yeah.
Diba? And so what? Eh, maganda pa rin naman ako.
Correct.
Diba?
Yeah.
There was a part in your journey, no, that you really lost weight. You were like, what were the extreme things that you did to you and your body so that you can get that ideal body that the society was expecting from you?
I think it's the eating disorders talaga.
Eating
so what I
disorders.
did then was, I would starve myself for days. So yun yung cycle, parang starve ng ilang araw, pag di na kaya, eat everything in sight until you're super full, na super painful na yan, and then purge.
And then there was a turning point when you said, na this is enough, ayoko na to.
Right.
What was that turning point?
I think the turning point was really like loving my body and wanting to be a good steward of it. Kasi my body is not my own, you know, parang this is such a gift and I've been abusing it for so long. And also learning about nutrition and what works for my body. Na parang this isn't about diets anymore. It's about, you know, wanting to feel my best. It's about health. It's about wellness. It's about mobility, longevity, and all these things, right?
Kasi we forget, no? Sometimes we focus so much on our physical...
Right, the look,
the
the
look, the
aesthetic.
hitsura, the aesthetic, that we forget everything is parang connected. Your
Right,
mindset,
super.
your spirit, your body,
Yeah.
tahi-tahi yan eh. So if your body is like suffering, everything will suffer with it, even
Agree.
if you look good, no?
True.
Thank you for sharing. At saka, you know, kudos to you, sister. Because I know it takes a lot of courage to talk about like vulnerabilities about body image, no? Ay, andito ka pala! Sus Mariosa! Kanina sinabi ni Stacey na parang teasing or bullying starts from the family. You know what? I can actually relate with you eh. But yours kasi is a different case, no? You grew up na non-issue ang skin color.
Yes, not yet.
And this is because thanks to your morena mother also.
Yes.
So what were the words or how did she encourage you to just be yourself, and what have she done for you to have that confidence in yourself?
I think it was also in what she did not do. Because parang at that time, it was so common for parents to not want kids to be kids in a way na play outside, go swim, play sports, whatever. And then criticize them for getting dark in the sun just for being kids, which is normal, right? She never did that. So I had that. And then she also never told me I needed to use papaya soap or whitening. Like, I really don't remember. Walang ganong ganap sa bahay namin. My mom was actually raised by her grand aunt and her uncle because her parents were in the province.
Okay.
And they looked so different from her. So they were fair, they were chinita, and they could have very well made her feel bad about being different.
Right.
But they would always say, hayaan mo lang sila, basta maganda ka, maganda ka talaga, ay mabuti kang tao, go lang yan. Maniwala ka na totoo yun para sa'yo. And I think that was such a valuable thing na pinamana sa kanya and pinamana niya rin sa akin.
How important is a support system for someone who's trying to protect, you know, what she or he has or they have?
Yes.
And the same way for someone who wants to change their image of themselves, how important is a support system?
I think it's really important to surround yourself with people who are rooting for you because, like I mentioned, when I was in high school, parang, of course, you'd have friends you grow out of, right?
Yeah.
For many different reasons. And some of the friends that I grew out of long time ago, in retrospect, I don't think they were rooting for me.
Yes.
You know, like, they would give off the energy of, like, this girl, she would call herself my best friend. But when we would do our makeup in the mirror, she'd say, hindi naman maganda si Belle, payat lang. I'm like,
What? A fake friend.
I know.
Asa na yan? Asa na yan?
Gagged.
Asa audience ba to? Ha?
Just kidding. But yeah, things like that, na parang, if you really want them in your life, sometimes you don't notice it. So
Yeah.
parang sometimes it is also up to you to create the circle around you. And I guess, choose the people you surround yourself with. It's really important. Kasi kailangan naniniwala din sila sa dilulu mo.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Parang, sometimes you just need one person to believe in you.
True.
How about you, Stacey?
Totally agree. Kasi especially from my background nga na it's my immediate family who always hyper-criticize everything about our looks, me and my sisters. So, you know, it's really important to have your support system and people who value the same things you value.
At saka nakikita mo rin sila through them, no?
Yeah.
Kasi kung fake sila, you have to learn how to discern kung sino talaga yung mga
Right.
totoong tao sa buhay mo, no?
Agree.
Thank you so much for sharing. Ang dami-dami pa natin pag-uusapan, pero magbe-break muna tayo. This is the Tita Baby Show! Welcome back to the Tita Baby Show, and I'm your host, your Tita Baby. Pinag-uusapan natin ngayon ang body image. And you know, our social standards on body image and beauty actually shapes how we present ourselves online. No, kayong mga netizens, makinig kayo. Ay ako kahit na ako perfect, nagfi-filter din ako. In fact, para kayo naka-filter ngayon dahil ang labo ng mata ko, ang gaganda niyong lahat. Inalam ko yan, ako lumabas, nakipagtsikahan ako sa aking mga pamangkin sa kalye, kung gumagamit pa sila ng filter. Tignan natin, inalam ko yan. Watch this. Pag tinignan ko ba yung Facebook account mo at ang profile picture mo, makikilala kita doon.
Yes.
Talaga? Pak! Parang AI, no? Makeup and...
Filter.
Ano yung mas makapal?
Parehas po.
Malabo na ba mata ko o ang kapal lang ng filter mo?
Makapal po yung tooth.
Oo, pati yung background malabo na, oh. Oh, di ba? Ang bata ng asawa mo, ha? O naka-filter lang ba kayo pareho dyan?
Kaya nga, ano, taron, beautiful.
May app na nagpapaganda. Hindi nga, ipakita ko natin sa camera ang inyong profile pic na poging-pogi. Alam mo na, uuso ang shades. Ano sa profile pic? Ano? Ba't kayo naka-shades dyan?
Pogi first still.
Pogi points, ang shades. Narinig nyo yan, ha? Kasama ko pa rin ngayon si Stacey Gutierrez and Belle Rodolfo at pinag-uusapan namin ang mga katotohanan tungkol sa body image. Can you say that your experiences growing up have shaped the way you see beauty now? Has this given you like a deeper understanding or definition of what beauty is?
Definitely, yeah. I think because my mom raised us that way. So we're three sisters, lahat kami morena. I guess it taught us to not place our whole intrinsic value as a human on our appearance. Though it may not look that way. Because I'm obsessed with beauty. But I guess parang nabobolster niya yung pagkatao mo in a way na even if mag-iba-iba yung itsura mo, even if mag-iba-iba yung estado mo sa buhay, komportable ka sa kung sino ka.
Di ba? Importante yun na yes, you're comfortable. Take it one step further. Be happy. No? How about you, Stacey?
Yeah, definitely the same with her na parang I have learned not to put my worth on how I look. Ayoko na rin siya gawing identity because, you know, we all age, gravity will take a hold of us, and, you know, all these things.
Nangiinsulto ka.
But, yun, and also parang, I want to make other people feel na when they put an effort and how they look, I want to tell them na, ang ganda mo, you know, it makes me also want to spread that positivity with other people, especially with big girls, because I know how daunting it can be to show up, you know, and even try with
Yes.
beauty, with ano, because papansinin yung, uy, nagme-makeup, yung mga ganyang aasar-arsarin ka. So,
Parang walang gagawing tama, ano?
oo
Pag hindi ka
eh.
naka-makeup, wala kang makeup. Pag nag-makeup ka naman,
Trying
True.
hard ka.
Oo.
Yung parang ano ba yan, can't please everyone,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
So yun, so I think that's where I'm at. Like, I just also wanna make other girls feel, no matter how they look na, hindi, maganda ka. Like, you have something in you.
How has this changed how you relate to yourself and perhaps to others? I'm sure when you were growing up, there's a lot of insecurities that you need to navigate through, di ba?
I think I'm more sensitive in recognizing the voice in my head. Because sometimes it's the adults who raised me. Na naririnig ko rin in my head
Same. And
whenever I, you know,
Ako, tuwing
criticize
binubuksan ko yung
others.
Frigidaire, no? May naririnig akong boses.
And you know how to speak back to it.
Diba? Na
Yeah.
parang,
Yeah.
not today. Parang you will
Yes.
not take
Yes.
over.
That
you
is very
know.
powerful.
That's true.
Na nakakausap mo siya. Girl,
Oo.
not today,
Yeah.
di ba? How about with others? Like, ngayon, kunyari, may mga nililigaw sa'yo ngayon. Maganda ka sana, kaya lang, nakakatanggap ka pa rin ba ng ganun ngayon?
Hindi na eh. Arte, hindi na eh. Pero, pag meron man, parang, well, so the podcast, right? I was reading through the comments, tapos merong mga nasty talaga.
Ayan.
Na parang, oh my gosh, walang oras to in life. It's true enough, when you go to their profile, mukha silang maasi, mukha silang walang life. So parang maawa ka na lang din na, sige na nga, bigay ko na sa'yo yan.
Ito na yung highlight of
Ito
your
na
day.
yung highlight of your day. Okay,
Period.
fine.
Ako, I block like it's my business, girl. Me naman, I feel like I have very little tolerance for BS.
Right.
At this
Ako
point,
din.
as a trentahin already, I feel like I know what to respond to and what to ignore.
You choose your battles,
Yes,
no?
yes, yes.
Ako, I choose my battles. Mas mataas na percentage yung pinipili ko. So, do you think now you're closer to self-love than when you were like young or when you were in school?
For sure, yes, for sure, for sure.
How do you define this?
I think for me, you know, my definition of self-love has evolved na rin. Parang syempre in my 20s, medyo narcissistic yung atake na it's all about me, you know, parang I'm in control, I'm the main character, kumbaga. But now, you know, as I age, talaga, I'm in my mid-30s now, and, you know, self-love to me is knowing how to reparent yourself too eh. Yun nga eh.
Reparent yourself.
Na, you know, getting rid of these thought patterns that no longer serve you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was
How about
thinking
you?
the same thing. Self-love to me now in my 30s feels like knowing how to give yourself grace in situations, because I just realized a lot of us girls, na millennials, we're so hard on ourselves. We're so hard on
Super.
ourselves. Like, it makes me tear up because if I could just hug my younger self na parang, hey, okay lang yan. Like, kalma ka lang.
And no one
Kalma ka
guided
lang
us
talaga.
through it, di ba?
Yeah.
Parang we were left on our own to like figure things out.
And parang everything
True.
had to be like, go, go, go. You had to be perfect. You had to
Right.
be...
Overachiever.
you had to have
Yeah.
a job at 20.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I'm realizing I never had like a break after I graduated. I have been working for like 12 years
Right.
straight. So yeah, giving yourself grace. I agree.
When do you know when to listen to others, to your support system, and when do you know when you should listen to yourself? Ang hirap, no?
I'm learning to give myself the space. Kunwari, whenever I'm triggered or I want to react to something, parang tatanungin ko muna sa sarili ko, teka, bakit ka naiinis? Parang baka there's truth to it, kaya ka defensive. You know, parang it's just giving yourself that breather na magagalit ka ba or nainsulto ka kasi totoo. It's a skill you can learn naman.
Yeah.
Diba? As long as you keep practicing it. I think I draw the line when, siguro my self-awareness now then is also very deep. So, I know also when to say na, oops, I'm gonna put a boundary there. Kung ano man yung sinasabi sa akin ng taong friend ko kuno, but I know na parang medyo that's not sitting right with me, what you're saying right now.
Parang, di ba, choose your battles.
Yeah.
Choose your battles.
Choose your battles.
Yes.
How about you?
Choose also the people whose opinions matter to you.
Right.
Because I remember there was a time parang I was getting a lot of hate online. And it's like kind of like a rite of passage if you're a
Right,
content
right.
creator, right? And I remember the dad of my friend who was going through the same thing was saying, let's say in the million people who saw it, only half of them actually let's say, finished the thing, or even try to understand, only a half of that half even processed it, and only a half of that half even wants to understand you to
True.
begin with. So you have to choose the opinions you listen to, and parang they have to come from people you trust,
Yep.
na will tell you the hard things because they love you, not because they want to bring you down.
Oh my God, dapat meron ako notebook dito. To be honest, no, at my age right now, 23.
Sorry,
Ay.
I'm sorry.
Fresh grad.
Fresh grad. Kaya ang dami kong questions eh. I learned a lot from different perspectives, no? Kasi, syempre, I have my own experiences then, and a lot actually resonate with the things you've said. So, I'm sure there are a lot of those who are watching right now sa kanilang mga screens, no? Na gamit ang wifi ng kanilang kapitbahay, na nagsa-struggle about, beauty and self-image. What are your final advice to them?
Hinge your worth on something far greater than how you look. You have your personality, you have your character. Yung looks parang bonus na lang yan, and you're free to express yourself, use it as a channel to experiment with the looks you want to try, diba? Parang it's very fun to do that. But also know that you are far more than how you look.
Me naman, want you to know that beauty isn't just a tool for self-expression, because that's always said, but it's also a tool for knowing yourself. Self-discovery ka nga. And make it fun, because it can tell you a lot about what do you like about yourself, what do you like about the experiences, what you don't like are also as important, because at the end of the day, all your experiences will boil down to knowing yourself talaga. So, hindi lang sa beauty, but knowing yourself will really give you a solid core of who you are, na hindi ka matitinag whatever happens.
So kanina pa ako nagtatanong. Tanong ako ng tanong. Sagot din naman kayo ng sagot, no? I'm sure ang ating live audience also have questions for you. Pero sasagutin natin yan pagbalik ng The Tita Baby Show! Welcome back to The Tita Baby Show! Kasama pa rin natin si Stacey Gutierrez and Belle Rodolfo. Kanina, no, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody in between, tinanong ko ang ating mga audience kung meron silang questions para sa inyo. So ito na, tatawagin ko isa-isa ang mga nagagaling-galingan. Kunyari, papahirapan ko sa mga questions. Mathematical to, ha? Mathematical questions. Let me call on Leia Pearl Barcos. Hi, Leia! Hello.
Hello po, Tita Baby, Miss Belle, and Miss Stacey. So, growing up po, I'm insecure about my weight. So, I relate so much with Miss Stacey. And dahil po doon, insecure ako, lalo na sa braso ko. Feel ko kailangan ko sila itago kasi malaki sila. And hanggang ngayon, conscious ako or uncomfortable ako mag-sleeveless. Tapos, dahil din doon na-trauma ako mag-dress up. So my question is, how do I rebuild my self-confidence, and how can I find a style na will make me feel good again?
The good thing now online is there's so many reels, TikToks, videos you can look up. But it's very important to know your body type. Aralin mo din what works well for your body type. Learn the different types of cuts that will accentuate, that will flatter. For me kasi, my fashion philosophy is you also need to know what works with your body. Hindi lang bawat trend, you're gonna ride on every trend, you're gonna buy everything that's, on sale, and then di ka naman comfortable, it doesn't work well. Pag maganda ka na rin kasi manamit, doon mag-i-increase yung confidence mo. So maybe eventually, as you learn to love yourself, you're gonna get to a point na kebs ka na rin kung pakita mo na, di ba?
Yeah.
So, it's really your own journey, and I'm so excited for you.
Thank you, Stacey. Leia, pakiulit yung sagot niya. Alright, sa susunod natin magtatanong, Kobe Adam Joshua Lorena. Hi!
Hi, hello everyone. So as someone who's undergoing a journey of wanting to achieve self-love, I'm also looking forward na na-achieve ko na yun. So ang question is, pag na-achieve ko na yun, how do I bounce back pag nag-worry na ulit ako sa aking self-image and sa body? Yeah.
That's a very good question.
Yeah. Honestly, we never really get to one place na parang, okay, I love myself
Graduate ka na.
okay na ako, everything's gonna be alright. It's not really like that.
Yeah.
There are days where you feel low and terrible about yourself. And there are days where, oh my God, I am perfect, I am beautiful. And I think the most important part is may mababalikan ka in yourself that tells you, where do you put your worth? How do you find beauty in your person that is not visual? And what do you love about yourself? I think kailangan natin normalize telling that to ourselves. Like, what do I love about myself that's not in how I look? And saying it to the mirror, it seems so funny talaga in the beginning. But when I started doing it,
Right.
I was like, period.
Oh,
Period.
it's healing. to
It's
do that.
healing
Yeah.
talaga. Yeah.
Ay, sorry. Hindi. Binibilang ko lang kung how many times do I love myself? Ang dami.
Ang
Ang daming ways.
Ang daming
Thank you
ways.
so much. Next up, kinakabahan ka na ba?
Recitation.
What is the square root of Mariah Caroline Palencia, what's your question? Hi!
Po is, has there been a time when you surprised yourself by how strong or resilient you were, especially knowing that society often makes it hard for people like us to be accepted? Thank you po.
I think that comes later na lang eh. When you look in hindsight, you know, parang when you nagmumuni-muni ka, tapos parang, wow, I've come so far. Parang minsan medyo malayo pa, you feel like, you know, there's still so many things I need to accomplish. But it's good also to recognize and acknowledge and pat yourself on the back na malayo pa, pero malayo na rin yung narating, di ba? So I think it happens when, you know, in reflection, when you're journaling, ganyan, may realize mo na, wow, I've really grown. And I think for me kasi, growth is not linear, you know?
Yeah.
It's really not like that. Parang there are days na feeling mo you're taking 2 steps back. Some days naman parang you're really progressing and soaring high, ganyan. Pero yun, it really comes when you look back in your life and you see where this journey has taken you.
I remember what you said earlier, that you have to be self-aware. And I think it factors in sa ganun. Kasi if hindi ka self-aware, hindi mo mapapansin yung sarili mo and your changed behaviors. And I feel like sometimes feel ko sometimes ang bongga na ng self-awareness ko. Kasi mapapansin ko na parang, ay, iba na yung reactions ko to things.
True.
Hindi na ako ganun ka-reactive. Tapos nakaka-proud nga siya. You do have to pat yourself on the back. Kasi parang, I think your brain takes memory of that, na parang, oo nga, good yun. Yun na ulit yung gagawin natin in the future.
Maraming salamat sa inyo sa mga nagtanong. Palakpakan natin ang mga nagtanong. Pati rin ang inyong mga sarili, palakpakan nyo na rin ang mga nagpunta dito. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Belle Rodolfo. It's an honor that I'm sharing this sala, no? Sala ko to.
Thank you.
Dapat honor mo to. And Stacey Gutierrez, of course.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending your time. And of course, for sharing your journey to discovering and owning self-love. Ang dami ko natutunan sa tsikahan namin today ng aking mga guests kanina. Pero alam nyo kung anong pinakamabigat kong natutunan? Na totoo, no, na ang validation ay talagang kailangan manggaling sa ating sarili. For ourselves, for our own beauty. Tayo magde-define yan. Sabi nga, di ba? Give yourselves the space and give yourselves the grace. And you have to be brutally honest kung sino ka, para tuluyan mo ng mayakap at matanggap kung ano ang iyong inner beauty. Totoo nga, beauty starts from within. Thank you so much for watching the Tita Baby Show. This has been your Tita Baby. And remember, kung ang chismis ay katsakahan, Sagot ko na ang kagandahan. Bye! Hindi mo rin ba alam kung anong next mong gagawin? Aba, mag-subscribe ka na lang kaya sa YouTube channel ko now. At syempre, follow your Tita Baby and the Tita Baby Show on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.